little bird flying by. Here on Friday. Yes, Friday, January the 2nd. Happy 2026. It's here. Ta-da. Because I just did the Goodyear jar the other day. 2 days ago, I guess it would have been. I don't know. I'm kind of confused, like what day it is. I am going in for overtime tonight. I am going in for work tonight. Because my manager, maybe I discussed this last week, maybe, I don't know. No, I think last week I said, I wasn't sure yet, or whatever, or I was supposed to talk to him that night, whatever. And he said, as far as he knows, nobody has told him, we can't do overtime anymore. So, he said, he's not here this week, but he's like, go ahead and come in, because nobody's told me any different. So I'm like, he's like, as long as you still want to. And I'm like, well, I don't. But that's what, when I was leaving this morning, Amy was like, she said something about, she would try to put me in an area that I didn't want to be. And she was like, where's one place that you don't want to be? And I was like, here. And I don't know. It's all killing time till 7. That's about it, it's just one long day after the other. But then it's like I was confused because we had payday was yesterday. Technically we got paid Wednesday, but we went out to lunch yesterday because New Year, whatever. And Mom ended up coming down. I felt bad because last Saturday we did go to the city. We did go to lunch in the city at Bella's, and it was really good. It was really good. Stuff, Italianos. I took a picture of it my leftovers. I took a picture of my leftovers and sent it to Mom. And it's here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's my leftovers, and the delicious bread. So that's my leftovers. It was some kind of like cheese tortellini with mushrooms and garlic or whatever. And he was like, would you like to add chicken? And I was like, I sure would. I think that was my exact words. I'm like, I sure would. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. But, and then Marilee and her mom went their own way, and Heather, Blaine, and I, we were trying to figure out if there was anything we wanted to do while we were up in the city. And I was like, where did I put that? Where did I put that guy? I don't know if I put him in here. I was like, is there a Target nearby? Because it's like, I didn't want to make them go out of their way, to go do something if it wasn't nearby. But we ended up going over there because they were thinking about doing, Best Buy anyway. Yeah, I put him up here. So we went to Target, and I found this guy. I found Killer Croc, only at Target. So I ended up getting him. We had that guy, and he's the Chase. He's the Glow Chase. Yay. So, yeah, we ended up doing that. They did not go to Best Buy, but Blaine did stop in. I think it's Office Max. I believe Office Max. Because he was looking for a new, computer gaming office chair kind of thing. Did that. And then we got some crumble cookie before we came home. So, good stuff all around. But I felt bad because Mom wasn't able to go with us because my uncle's party was that weekend, or, that day. So I invited her down for payday lunch. I'm like, well, since you missed lunch with us on Saturday, because I knew one of her days off was Thursday. Somehow. I don't know how I knew that. Because she was talking about coming down here one of her days off or something. Before Christmas. Because she had Christmas shopping to do. Well, she joined us for the last payday lunch, too, I believe. So I was like, well, since you missed Saturday. Of course, Linda wasn't able to be there. Marilee's mother wasn't able to be there with us, but she stayed at home and was doing like taking down Christmas decorations or something, or still cleaning up after Christmas, or resting up after crazy Christmas. I don't even know what all they did, but yeah, Mom ended up coming down, and then she was gonna, went around and saw if she could find any good after Christmas deals. So Mom was here yesterday, yes, because today's Friday, and I am going in for overtime tonight, to whatever. So there's that, and I've taken a nap on the couch. I woke up. Well, I did wake up and took my medicine at 9 o'clock. And then I think it was around 10 o'clock, I looked to see what time it was. I woke up because I burgled, or whatever you want to call it. You did that, when you burp and you gurgle a little. And so I thought I was going to throw up for a second. So that was wonderful. And the taste stayed in the back of my throat for a minute. But I did not. So that's good. That's good. But since I'm awake, I was like, I played my game a little bit. That's what I've been doing since I've been coming home from work, and just kind of laying in bed and resting, and eventually falling asleep, because I just lay in there and I just play my game for a little bit and just kind of relax. And it's been kind of nice. It's like I don't want to do that every day. I guess there's some days where it's like I'd rather stay up and do something. Like right now, something I still need to do is watch the final episode of Stranger Things. I almost saw a meme scrolling through Facebook on lunch last night, and I was like, oh, I gotta be careful of the memes. Gotta be careful of the memes. Or just scrolling through like Facebook, or scrolling through like. Sometimes I'll just go to the YouTube tab, and I'll be just scrolling to look for random videos, and it's like somebody will be talking about Stranger Things on there, and I'm like, I don't want to know, but I won't have a chance to watch it until. I like to watch it at night. I like to watch it in the dark, so I won't get a chance to watch it until tomorrow night, since I'm going for work tonight. But. Season 18 Drag Race starts tonight, so I'll have that to watch tomorrow too. And I watched Gail's video. That was his Christmas / New Year's video. That was a little over an hour long, but I ended up watching that one yesterday after Mom left. I think that was about the last thing that I did before I passed out on the couch. But I watched Hannah the Horrible. She's one of those. She debunks, paranormal videos, paranormal TikToks and stuff, or tells you how they could be, logically explained away. It's not just paranormal. It's like sometimes it's like like a Yeti, so it's not just ghosts every time. It's like aliens. It's weird weather phenomenon. A little bit, or like sometimes people think they try to say there's a. Like alternate dimensions and that kind of thing, with their videos or whatever. So she takes you through, and she explains like, here could be the logical explanation for what's happening in these videos, or how these people are faking it, whatever, blah blah blah. She just did an end of the year thing that was like, I think, was it like an hour and a half or something? Oh shit! Well, I have my watch later playlist up here. No. I am incorrect. It is over 2 hours, 2 hours and 13 minutes. So, but I don't know if I have to watch that whole thing or not, because it's kind of like a recapping. It says the best spooky TikToks we debunked in 2025. So I don't know if she's going through and doing like a countdown, or if she's just like. If it's just like a clip show, you know what I mean? Like, she's just kind of like, oh, I did this one, and, here's how we talked to, I don't know if it's new content or a clip show, basically, so I may not have to watch that whole 2 hours. I might be able to skip. I might be able to skip ahead. But I have that to do. Maybe. sometime this weekend. I think I'm past all the Christmas content, at least. Maybe Christmas shows. I ended up watching the Christmas... I did, didn't I? The special Family Guy on Hulu Christmas episode? I think I did. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's been the week. That's been the fun things that have happened, and other than that, it's gonna work, sleep, repeat, you know? And I don't even know how I'm so fucking tired. Like, I'm dozing off during lunch at work, and it's like, how, like, I'm not working. Like, Marilee even said that. She's like, you're not even working 2 jobs right now, and I'm like, I know. Like, why am I like, it seems like sometimes I do better running on fumes. Like, seriously, I don't understand. Like, I've been getting rest, I've been getting sleep, I've been, maybe not, you know, a regular sort of any kind of sleep, but it's like, I don't know how I can I don't know how I can be getting rest and still be more tired than I was before. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's all this mental work I have to do to answer these fucking questions. That's the problem. That's it. And I mean, we're still only like halfway through this book. Like, this is what we have left. I did some bad math. I really did some bad math, because I didn't think this would take all year doing 1 a week. I don't know. I thought, how many days in a week? There's 50 some weeks in a year. What's the song from Rent? I don't know. 600 minutes, something. I don't know. So I didn't think this book would take all year long, and it has. Maybe I didn't start it right away. I don't know, but that's still a lot of questions left to answer. I don't know. Such as this week's question. It is Friday. Yes, it is not Saturday. I just had to have that conversation with myself again. Okay, we're good here. The question. What's been the best day of your life so far, and why? What's been the best day of my life so far, and why? I don't... Oh, I thought I lost my little... I thought I lost my little flippy deal. So today wouldn't be the best day of my life because I lost my little flippy thing, but I didn't. I don't know, because I don't really think of days as good or bad. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like the ideology, whatever, behind the Goodyear jar is that, I mean, even if it's a crappy day, there can be like a moment, like a shimmering, shiny moment that makes the day not so bad. I don't know. I'm just not very... I'm not a negative Nancy, so it's like I don't really... Like, all days are, I mean, maybe not great, but they're passable. It's like, what's, you know, I mean, it's not like I get blood clots in my lungs every day, you know? Like, just that one time. Just that one day. So, I mean, that day wasn't, you know, spectacular or anything. Actually, it might have been 2 days. Just the first time I didn't know what happened, what was going on. I just knew I tried to walk to work and couldn't breathe and passed out. But, you know, whatever. It might have been 2 days. It might have been 2 days that weren't spectacularly spectacular. I don't know. Like, most days are just kind of there. They just kind of happen. It's not really... I don't think of them in terms of good days and bad days, and... I mean, good stuff happens, shitty stuff happens. It's just... I think that's called life, and unfortunately, it's just kind of what happens. So to compartmentalize, maybe that's not the word I want to use, to define one day as like the best day of my life ever. Some people would say when I got married, but fuck that. Some people would say when I had my child, fuck that. I have no interest in getting married. I have no interest in having children. It's so quiet and so peaceful, and so, like, I don't have to deal with anyone's bullshit. You know, like, I can sit here and make stupid, pointless videos, and no one can tell me I can't, or I have other obligations, or yada 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 yada, whatever. You know, I am the master of my own domain. Minxie might have, you know, an opposing viewpoint to that, um, but it's like, I've never gotten married. I've never, um, never had kids. So those are best days of my life. I'll say that. I mean, I've had good times, like, all of these adventures and stuff that Sean and Marilee and I have gone on. Um, or even just something like just a day where it's like, just went out to the Ren Fest, you know. Um, I mean, back in the day, I didn't really do much. Um, so when we would go out and do stuff, it would be, this is before Sean and Marilee. Sean might have been there because can't remember exactly where along the timeline I met Nick, and therefore Sean and blah blah blah. Because I met Sean through Nick, actually, not through work. He just happened to work there too. But when I was in college, when the first X-Men movie came out, we put together this plan between a group of us to go to the city. We went to Worlds of Fun. We had we went and to the theme park there for a couple hours, and then we went and saw the X-Men movie and in the city, and then came home. That was a pretty good day because back in the day, back then, that was a very unique, like we didn't go places or do things very often, or have major plans to go do something special like that. So I mean that I could say is a very nice day of my life, but I don't necessarily know that it's the best day of my life. I mean, sometimes the best day of my life is just sitting around in my pajamas and not going anywhere or doing anything. Just sitting around here like a bump on a log, scrolling mindlessly through Facebook, or just watching a bunch of random stupid YouTube videos or something. Like that's a pretty good day to me. Like to just rest and relax and not have any responsibilities, anything to do, just sit here and veg out and kind of just I kind of disappear from the world for a day, just kind of sit here and do abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Like those days are good for me too, so I can't, but it's kind of most days just kind of happen. It's just, there again, work, sleep, repeat. That's about it. So it's kind of I don't really know how to, I mean, getting to go to Canada for the first time was, getting to cross the border for the first time in my life, whenever that was. It's one of the Vacay videos. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to look it up and add it at the end, maybe. So you can see my first trek across international waters or whatever, international border. Not that far. We didn't get very far, obviously. Not like Sean, going to Peru and stuff or wherever it is. I can't remember exactly where all it is Sean's been, but I don't know. Like I said, most days just kind of happen, I just exist for a 24-hour period, and then it's on to the next day where I exist for another 24-hour period, and maybe I work, maybe I sleep all day, maybe I just kind of hang out at the house, maybe mom comes down and we go shopping, do something, maybe it's we go on an adventure, next Halloween, we're talking about going to the Belvoir Winery. That's what the next thing on the list was. We can't even book a room yet. And then they only say 2 people per room. So, and they never got back with me. They never answered my question through the website. So I may have to call them or something and ask about that. Because if we're going to get the bridal suite, we're going to want to snatch that up as soon as we can before somebody else does. So, sorry, brides. We just want to go do something spooky. So, but, so yeah, I don't know. I guess that's not really how I define life as like, oh my god, this was like the best day ever. Because I've had some pretty good days, you know? Luckily, not too many really bad days, you know? But most days kind of go along just kind of an even keel, you know? Stay the course, just kind of, they happen and then they're over and then it's on to the next one, you know? It's just kind of one never-ending tirade of days. But that doesn't mean they're bad necessarily. That just kind of means they're, I guess. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess as long as I'm alive to be bored with them, I don't know. I'm not really bored, I guess, but I don't want to say that. But it's definitely very like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very one note. It's like, you know, work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat. It's just kind of like the never-ending barrage of life is to just mediocrity. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Not anything too special. It's just kind of a day and it's there and it happens and then it's over and then you wake up the next day and do the exact same fucking thing you did yesterday. Just over and over and over again. So, but there again, that doesn't make the days bad. I mean, you know, sometimes I enjoy sitting here playing my game or whatever, you know, just a little moment, or getting home, getting to clock out and come home from work is always nice. Just come home and put on my pajamas and give up for the day and just relax. And, you know, so I mean, most days have some kind of good to them, at least. You know, it's like, well, okay, work's done. I get to go home now. You know, like love that. Super love that. You know, so, I don't know. I can't really define what's the best day of my life, ever. Because most of them are generally okay-ish. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess null and void? I don't know. I don't, there's not a good way to answer that question, I guess. Because, you know, like I said, I've had a lot of good moments, a good, you know, things, good days, but I don't know that I can define what the, if I ever won the lottery, that would be the best fucking day ever. Jesus fucking Christ. I would definitely have an answer then, but unfortunately, no. Not as of yet. So, sorry. I got nothing. But other than that, don't know. I was trying to think if there's anything I have coming up that I could tell you about, but I do not. So, the only thing, well, I mean, Sean Merrily and I are planning on going and doing the, there's like a interactive Titanic thing up at Union Station. We've talked about going and doing that at some point, but no solid defined plans on when we're going to do that. So that might happen at some point. The Steamboat Arabia Museum is actually like moving. I guess their lease is up, and I don't know if the city just doesn't want to renew their lease because they want to do something else with the space, or what. So they're actually going to be closing and moving. Apparently, I don't know to where. Or they're looking for a new home for the collection. So I don't know. I guess we didn't see it just in time, because I think it's sometime. I think after this year is when their lease is up. So I don't know if the city just doesn't want to renew their lease, or if they don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but yeah, I guess we got to see it before it moved, closed, whatever. But yeah. Anyway, it's flashing at me because I'm out of time. So. I'll just say, I'll be back next week with another question, so, but other than that, I don't really think I have anything coming up for you, so, sorry. See you next week, I guess, or I'll see you for what I see ya, as usual.